I really need to start this video with a disclaimer because what I did just now was not very smart. So anything that you see in this video, definitely don't do it. I'm not a professional. I tell you guys that all the time. Use your head. I tried to do what I did as safely as possible. The end result wasn't good, but no one got hurt. So with that being said, roll the intro. Oh man. So I'm up here in my cabin filming this video and I figured, hey, I don't fly the drone a whole lot, maybe I'll get a couple of shots before I leave for the day. I started taking off right here. Above me is pretty open, so there's no trees or anything to run into. As you can see, it's pretty clear up here. So I'm flying it around, I take it straight up to get one shot and it disconnects. Like, okay, that's weird. I noticed DJI has been pushing out a lot of updates for the Mavic lately, and it was giving me a ton of problems when I was out in Tahoe the other month. Anytime I wanted to film with it, it just wouldn't work. So I've been doing a bunch of firmware updates, whatever, that's kind of besides the point right now. So I'm 200 feet up, aircraft disconnection. So I bring it back down. Luckily it didn't try to return to home or anything. Return to home is set to 100 meters right now, well above any of these trees. Bring the Mavic down, land it. It was okay, but it was still disconnected. I had no video feed, so I turned that off, turned the controller off. Reboot everything, get it back up in the air. GPS looks good, everything's fine, it's connected, and I have a video feed. Okay, so I take it back up again, it's all doing fine. I take it out just a little bit around the back of the cabin here, around to the front, disconnects again. Like, what the hell? I still have control over it. Bring it back down, land it, same thing again, reboot everything, put it back up, try one more time. I get up, I go out away from the cabin, and then I'm bringing it back just to get a simple shot of me panning up. It says aircraft disconnected again, but I still have video feed and I'm still in control of it, so I don't know what's going on. The firmware and everything is up to date, but it's kind of pissing me off now. Luckily, I still have control over it. I fly it back over here, I bring it back down, and it connects. I didn't have to land it, I didn't have to reboot anything, it just connects. So I'm kind of flying around back and forth here, just right in front of me where I can see it, no trees or anything in the way, and I was flying it like that for like 5 minutes and everything seemed okay. So I figured maybe if I'm flying close to me, I won't have any issues. Now that brings us to the point that I'm at right now. I decide, okay, one more shot out over the water, that would be kind of cool. So I bring it down low to me, hoping that it's not gonna disconnect, and I'm following the drone right like this. Fly it back here. There aren't too many branches, I kept it pretty low. I come back here and then I stop right here in the shade so I can see the screen on my phone where I'm controlling it. The creek behind me right here, for the most part, is pretty open. I flew over this mountain laurel right here and then I just wanted to go maybe 50 feet up until the trees start and then bring it right back. The Mavic isn't even 30 meters from me and it disconnects again. I freaked out a little bit because it's over the water, but normally you would still have control over it, like I've just had control over it. This time it's not the case. Of course it tries to return to home. When it returns to home at 100 meters, it starts going up. And of course right above it are branches. And long story short, I'm kind of screwed now. This was my flight path right out here over to these trees and just right back, and of course that didn't work. It started to return to home right about here, and now we are up here. That's the Mavic right there. It's still on and it's stuck like 50 feet up in a tree. Great. So if you haven't seen the video that I was filming for when that got stuck in the tree, I'll be sure to leave that link right here. And in that video you can see that I had to bring my motorcycle up here because my car couldn't make it. We're pretty far up here in the mountains and it's definitely not the easiest thing to get to. So now I'm kind of stuck here with a $1,000 drone stuck up in the tree with no ladder, no rope, no nothing really to get it down. Luckily my dad doesn't live too far away, so he's on his way up here right now with a ladder, with pruners, with hopefully something that we can get this thing out of the tree with. Ah, man. Well, in the meantime, do you guys want to see the cabin? Stuff and Things Cribs Cabin Edition. We're out here in the middle of pretty much nowhere. These roads are not accessible with my STI, so I have my Honda Grom today. We're out here at Split Rock Cabin. Let's head inside. So here we have it, typical hunting cabin. Lots of dead stuff on the walls, more dead stuff on the walls, More dead things on the walls. I'm pretty sure this deer was shot here on our property, and then this boar here was shot in Tennessee over 50 years ago by my grandfather. Everything here is heated with the wood stove. We got water coming from the Fresh Spring Creek in the back. Propane stove top with an oven and of course a fridge. Pretty stocked right now. Over here we have 2 more sources of heat which we don't use, a propane heater and the fireplace. That thing comes on when it gets really, really cold in the winter. Tons of places to sit and sleep. Got some nice literature to read right here. Knowledge. Photos of a bunch of different deer. We got more deer here and more over here. Here, of course, we have the bunk beds. You got a shit ton of homies that need to crash. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Moving on. We got more deer hanging here. I'm not sure if this one was shot here, but you can use its feet to hang up your hat. What else? If you're up here and you have to use the bathroom really bad, we got this over here. Very bright outhouse. That's it for Split Rock Cabin. You guys don't gotta go home, but if you stick around out here, there's a good chance you're not gonna survive.
I saw it from down there. Holy shit.
I thought maybe if we like go up a little bit, we could throw some. I have a rock tied to a rope back there. We could like throw it over the branch and shake it.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
What we're gonna have to do is get tree steps that you drill into the tree when you're going up into a tree stand for archery, but we don't have any of those. So you don't have any at home? Well, I didn't eat yet today, so you wanna?
We might as well go. Yeah, and I hadn't thought about it.
Let's go get lunch. All right, we're back from lunch and we got the tree stand ladder. We're gonna start by putting the actual ladder up into the tree and then screwing these in to hopefully get up to the branch and prune it off. Hopefully it swings down and doesn't break the drone. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm sure someone in the comment section is gonna be bitching. Put a fucking harness on, you idiot. Whatever. All right, I'm coming down. It's cracking already.
Hold on a second. Just a little bit.
Oh, here it goes.
All right. Hold on. Oh, no. Get it. What are the odds of that?
Fuck. In the only little fucking whatever. All right, I'm gonna let this branch go.
Heads up.
Alright, so that did not go as planned, obviously. That was pretty close to as worst case scenario as it possibly could have been. I'm hoping I got the footage from that on this memory card. I hope it's not fried or anything. But if you couldn't see it, as the branch came down, the Mavic fell directly into the creek. The props are broken, that doesn't really matter. I have extra props at home, but I'm hoping the water didn't get in here too bad. It was only in the creek for about 5 to 10 seconds. I think the gimbal's okay. It had the same problem as the last time I crashed it where it came out from under the clip, but I think that's okay. I'm just hoping water isn't sitting inside on the board, so I'm just gonna let it dry. The Mavic was dead when it hit the water, so I'm hoping there wasn't electric going through it that much, but as soon as it hit the water, I told my dad to grab the battery out of it, which he did, so we'll just hope for the best. I'm gonna have to give you guys an update in the next couple weeks or so, whenever I try to fly it again, but I'm definitely gonna give it some time to dry. Well, that sucked. Before everyone goes down to the comments and rips apart what we just did, one, it wasn't very safe, but I didn't really have much of an option. I had a $1,000 drone stuck up in the tree there. Didn't really have ropes or anything, but whatever. Two, that was definitely not my fault. I know a lot of people are gonna say, oh, it was user error, but I'm telling you, I know I didn't have this camera rolling at what I was doing, but it was totally not my fault. I guess if the aircraft was disconnecting here a couple times, I should have just stopped flying it and that would have been the end of it. So in that respect, yeah, you could say it's my fault, but it was the firmware updates and whatever was going on with the software that caused it to crash. It should not have started to return to home just because it disconnected. The controller should still have been connected and I should have been able to fly it back here and land it safely like normal. If this thing is still able to fly once it dries out, I'm going to, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess see if there's any more software patches, maybe revert to the old version and when you could fly it with the old app. DJI, you probably won't watch this, but if you do, what's going on with this thing? Anyway, that is it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry for crashing a drone. I know people don't like seeing that, but it happens. They're definitely not for me. All right, talk to you guys in the next one.